Hello and welcome to another Doctor Who video on the channel. If you don't know me, I'm the Doc 11th. I make videos about Minecraft, DC, Doctor Who, anything comic and nerdy related really, something that I'm kind of interested in. I'll post it on the channel. So in today's video we're going to be ranking Doctor Who Season 2. Of course there's 8 episodes, so we're going to be going from 8 to 1, and I'll give a brief introduction as to kind of why each episode is at that specific spot on the 8 episode ranking list. So without further ado, let's get into my Doctor Who Season 2 ranking. So in at number 8, of course, something has to be 8th. There's always a loser in this kind of situation. And in at number 8, not because it was a bad episode, because I enjoyed every episode in this series. There were no bad episodes this series. Some were just highly better than others. I absolutely had a whale of a time watching Season 2. It was so fun. It was so much better than Season 1. And we got so many better stories and so many stronger stories. And a better story arc, in my opinion. But with that being said, in at number 8 is the Robot Revolution. I think I'm probably amongst the majority with that. I think a lot of people put the Robot Revolution last, not because it was a bad episode, but just because something had to go last. But it was a fun episode. I really liked the way it introduced Belinda as a companion. It really gave me Smith and Jones vibes. Like it's partners in crime with the Doctor and Donna kind of constantly meeting each other, kind of missing each other and trying to meet. Really gave me those kind of Series 4, Series 3 vibes, and that was really fun to see, and it felt refreshing to come back after what we'd had with Season 1. But yeah, in at number 8 is the Robot Revolution. In at number 7, number 7 was a difficult one for me because 6 and 7 were kind of tossing between, because I enjoyed what I've put 6th and I really enjoyed what I put 7th. But purely down to the fact that the episode felt like it was over too quick, given the high stakes of the episode. I had to put Wishworld at number 7. Mostly down to the fact the episode felt too quick. I think the 44 minutes was just not long enough for the episode. You know, one of the biggest criticisms I've had for this series has been that the pacings felt off, that the that each episode felt like it was just kind of rushing to the end. And that's why I've had to put Wishworld at number 7. I think had we have had the extra 6 minutes that we got in the Reality War added to Wishworld, I think it would have made a world of difference and maybe it would have ranked a little bit higher. But yeah, that being said, Wishworld is at number 7. At number 6, we have an episode that I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was different. I thought that it had it took some big swings. And it definitely was one of the stronger episodes of Season 2. But there were other episodes that I preferred slightly more due to the experience watching them, or just due to characters or the story. I have my reasons for why this one is here. Wasn't a bad episode at all. I absolutely had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, in at number 6, I've had to put the Interstellar Song Contest. I mean, I think, you know, we're all happy that we got Dug-a-Doo out of the episode. Brilliant thing. It entertains my 2-year-old son, so that's really fun. Although I'm not sure who enjoys it more, me or him. But it definitely distracts him and it'll make him eat his food while he's watching it. So yeah. In at number 6, we have the Interstellar Song Contest. In at number 5, I really struggled with number 5 because number 5 is kind of the middle ground in a way. I mean, it's not, but it is. I didn't really know where to put this episode because I had the blast of an experience watching this. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had watching a Doctor Who episode. And so that's why I kind of wanted to rank it higher. But the story, the pacing, the controversy has made me rank it a little bit lower than maybe I initially would have done. But with that being said, yes, in at number 5 is The Reality War. It was a fantastic episode. It was brilliant to view in cinemas. But overall, there was just something about it that I think the fact that the ending felt a little bit rushed, as much as I enjoyed it and how beautiful it was, I've had to put it at number 5. But it was by all means not a bad episode. It was a lot better than Empire of Death last year, put it that way. In at number 4, this is probably a controversial one because I think this is one that's probably in most people's top 3. But for me, if you've watched my TikTok review, I just didn't vibe with this episode. The standout of the episode was one actress, and that was it. I would rather have just watched this episode as a Blink style episode with just her and followed her story. But yeah, overall it didn't click with me like some episodes did, and that is why at number 4 I have put The Well, because it was a good episode, it was enjoyable, and in reality I probably enjoyed, ironically, the reality war a little bit more, but I also felt that The Well was a stronger story. But Rose Ayling-Ellis sold this episode for me, and I think if it wasn't for her in this episode, I think The Well probably would have been 7 or 8, in all honesty, but she absolutely saved that episode. In at number 3, so we're finally into our top 3 episode rankings. In at number 3 is an episode that I surprisingly enjoyed. I wasn't sure how I was gonna kind of see it. I wasn't sure when or where it was set at first. I knew the setting of the episode, but I wasn't sure when, if it was historic or present. I suppose in a way it was modern day, but it was historic modern day, so it kind of fit. And that is why at number 3 I've put The Story and the Engine. It was a great episode, a great character piece. We saw so many great characters. There were some good little Easter eggs. The fugitive doctor appeared. But yeah, I think just for the fact that I enjoyed other episodes slightly more, it had to go at number 3. In at number 2 is another episode that I surprisingly enjoyed. I wasn't 100% sure on the episode at first because we didn't know much about it. I wasn't sure where the story was going. But honestly, I think the cinematography of the episode, I think the story of the episode absolutely made it my number 2. And I think if you've seen any of my TikTok video reviews for this series so far, you will probably know what number 2 is. And number 2 is, of course, Lucky Day. Lucky Day was a surprising standout for me this season. I know it was the equivalent of 73 Yards, which was an meh episode. But that being said, yeah, I really enjoyed Lucky Day. I thought that Conrad was fantastic. I thought the chemistry, I really fell for this relationship. I really wanted Ruby and Conrad to be together until he did his switch that honestly I didn't see coming the first time I watched it, in all honesty. I knew something fell off, but genuinely didn't see it coming, and I'm really glad that that was kind of kept from me. And yeah, overall really enjoyed it, and that's why it's had to go at number 2. Now of course there's only one episode left, and purely for my love and soft spots for historical episodes, purely for my love for film and TV, in at number 1 is of course Lux. This entire episode was just Doctor Who. It was silly, it was goofy, it was, you could tell the budget was spent on it, but it was still shot in Cardiff, and it put you in another worldly place. It put you in 1950s Miami's. It didn't shy away from the topics of the time, and I really thought the episode stood out this series. Plus I'm a little bit of a sucker for the historical set episodes, which I think you'll probably get an idea of in a future video that's currently in the works at the moment. But yeah, in at number 1 was of course Lux. By all means, none of the episodes this series were bad. They were all fantastic episodes. I thoroughly enjoyed every episode this series. Not too sure yet how I feel at the moment, only a few days after the finale, about the series finale's ending, but I'm excited, and the war between the land and the sea looks absolutely fantastic. I am going to do a trailer breakdown for that shortly as well, so if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and of course comment down below what your rankings for season 2 was.